Hello, welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 432. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam, and this is a talk episode where the tutors talk. I have to check. I freak out if I don't push record or not.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What's up?
It has been a beautiful week in Eau Claire finally.
Oh, dude, the weather. Oh, the weather's been so nice. Is that what you're talking about? Mm-hmm. I thought you didn't like this weather.
Today and yesterday were way better.
I'm going to freaking throw all these blender bottles away, dude.
I think you just struggle. Are you sure it's not just water from when you washed it?
Well, the weird thing is it's chocolatey, so I can't imagine it's water.
I don't know
and it looks sealed, dude.
How you dysfunction so much.
How the hell is that not?
I don't know.
Be careful, dude. You're going to get shit everywhere.
Anyways, so what's going on? Yeah, so the beautiful week. I enjoy it, like, today and yesterday. It's been, like, a high of, like, 75, 78. I don't know how you're getting, I don't know, dude. And that's a little bit better. Monday, was it Monday that was really cold? Tuesday that was really cold? It was, like, a high of, like, 70. And that's a little too cold for me.
That was the best.
No, a little too cold for me.
Hit me with high of 70, low of 45.
No.
There isn't better weather.
No.
I don't care who you are.
Dude, 75, 78. Beautiful.
Okay, we're gonna agree to disagree.
Yep.
What else do we have? What do we have this week?
Oh,
shit
man.
show after shit show after shit show.
Yeah. If you didn't know, commercial code is different than residential code.
What's crazy is met with the plumber there, and I was like, you know, hit me with your numbers because I just found out about this, and I was like, did you know that shit? You ever do that? He's just like, never. And I was like, yeah. So that fucks everything up. He's like, that is wild. I'm like, yeah, news to us.
But so the architect knew that.
The architect knew that.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's like the architect just thinks I know that. I'm like, yeah, right.
Well, the architect obviously, or whoever previously started it, didn't know that.
Solid point.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. Today we're calling it the last day of summer.
The last day of summer.
Yeah. Over the summertime, we had our office admin's 2 daughters came in and babysat Lily throughout the day for 4 hours. So then I could get work done. And today was their last day.
They're abandoning us.
Yep, one's going off to college and one's going off to 8th grade. Losers.
They think school is more important than our child.
Yeah, rude.
I can't believe it.
I know, so rude.
But it's the start of a new era. We now have another gal.
And Karen.
And so another dude that works for us, his daughter will be helping out. And then we got Karen, good old Karen. So we will still have babysitters.
Yes.
Which is nice. Is Karen going to do it at the office or here?
Here.
You're going to have to freaking really milk yourself then.
I know.
You're going to have to start pumping more.
I know.
All right.
I'm aware.
Slinging that freaking milk. Slinging that milk. All right, cool. What, yeah. What else you got going on?
I don't know. Just, I think, like, right now, like, it just seems like we're at a good turning point for the business. Like, we started, like, midsummer doing meetings with our subs to have them sign, like, official contracts and discuss with them, like, things they want to see from the company, like, what some of their goals are and stuff. So that was really cool. And we're trying to be more precise with, like, our estimates and budgets and stuff. And so we Shaun has a budget sheet before we even start a project, and then generally if a project is pretty off budget, then I try to break things down to see where we went so awry. And we used to keep track of how many hours like everyone worked on a particular item.
Right.
But the guys have kind of been slacking on that. And so one of our most recent projects that just got listed didn't perform as well as we wanted it to. But we can't see where it took longer than it should have because nobody kept track of their hours.
It's because we didn't require it.
The sheet was there. There was a sheet.
Don't.
I'm just saying.
It's because we did not require it.
There was a sheet there, and there's a column that says hours worked or whatever. They filled out the owner column, so they put on there who worked on not every item, like half the items.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of impressive, actually.
But they did not put how many hours they worked on.
Damn.
But so now, because that one went bad, I kind of put my foot down and said, we have to do this. So, yeah.
So we'll see if it actually gets done.
Yeah.
You want to know how it will get done?
If I harass them?
Every week, ask for an update. Please send the updated.
Well, Mike, today when he stopped by the office, he's like, yeah, I put in the notes generally how many hours I worked on everything. And I was like, done deal.
Perfect.
He's like, I didn't write how much I worked at so-and-so project because it was only staining. And I was like,
that's fine.
That's fine.
Yep, that's sweet.
Like, if it is a one project thing, like a door, I'm going here to replace a door. You don't need to put that your whole shift was a door. I know.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, so I looked in his notes and he did put it. So yeah, so I'm really excited to get those again and be able to see where our budgets aren't matching actual.
Yep. Yeah, and that'd be good. I was told so we've been doing a little bit of siding roof work. We were told to color match some siding. Oh, sorry. Told to color match some siding. And we were like, all right, whatever. After multiple calls to different places, we finally find it, source it, get it in. Anyways, when I order, I send the insurance report and the ITEL report. And I'm just like, yeah, like, whatever. For the two sides, I need this. And they sent just siding. And I was like, just siding? I was like, where's my corners and J? And they're like, yeah, like the contractors, when they do color match, every contractor I work with, they only replace the siding. They don't do the corners or the J unless it's damaged because it's color matched. And I was like, well, what about sun fading? He's like, no, doesn't matter. They just do this. And I was like, you're sure? He's like, yeah, this is what everyone does. I'm like, all right, I'll take your word for it. Probably shouldn't have took his word for it. The thing is, it looks intentional.
Yeah. Because
now all your J channel and corners and stuff, it looks like the same color family, but it looks accented.
Yeah.
And that's what Mike said too. He's like, it looks like we meant to do it.
Yeah.
Which is good. So, it looks like it's meant to be, but it's so far from color match, it's not even reasonable.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It kind of is sad, The other thing, I noticed on the garage door that there was chipped paint on the trim. And I was like, I should take a picture of that. And I never did, right? And as we're like going over everything with the customers today, they're like, was this chip here? And I was like, yeah. And the other owner's like, I don't remember it being there. And I'm like, I know I've got full pictures. Give me a minute. So I pulled up like the full pictures I had, zoomed in, and I was like, there it is. And they're like, oh, sure enough. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, cause I had Gibby tell me, he's like, if there's any damage, period, you take pictures. It does not matter on your phone, so it's time stamped. And I saw that multiple times in my mind. I'm like, I gotta get pictures of it, and I just didn't do it, And it's one of those things where like, as soon as you see it, you gotta take pictures.
Yep.
So anyways, thankfully I had the full zoomed out pictures of everything, and I could. So that was a good like, whew, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And the customers didn't care, too, that the color match was a little off.
No, you know, and I was like, you know, I brought it up to them and whatever, and they're like, yeah, well, just see what it would be to replace. And I was like, okay. And I call them back. I'm like, we could do it, but keep in mind, if we do it, then it might not look intentional. And they're like, yeah, you know what? We're not worried about it. I was like, all right, well, if you just change your mind over the weekend, let me know.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But now, I mean, now I know. I mean, my gut feeling was like, just, you know, pay the extra, understand your profit margin's going to be 8, but pay the extra. And I was like, well, this guy's telling me that everyone does it this way. I'll just trust him.
I want to start looking now.
If other, you know, because that's the thing. I don't know. I asked a couple guys and they're like, yeah, we will unless it's I asked a couple guys and they're like, it depends. But like, if it's older, we replace it all. If it's not as old, we don't. If it's damaged, obviously replace. And so I think there's so much stipulations to it.
Yeah.
And because some folks are like, yeah, we just keep it. And other ones are like, no.
Right.
In situations, whatever.
And I think like in some situations too, it like the fading doesn't really matter. But like that color, like there was quite a bit of sun fading.
That is very true.
But I remember, do you remember the bricks for Laura Wooten's?
Oh my God.
Those were sun faded so bad.
So bad.
Ugh.
Oh man, so bad.
Like we found the match, but it was what 15 years of sun fading or some shit on that. And so like it looked like it was a completely different color.
Yeah, it wasn't good. We made it work. We made what was there work. So what else we got? So that's that. I don't love additions, and I say that because the length of time it takes to get the material estimate back is a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, the cool part is like back this spring, I went over a project with a lady, told them the budget, whatever. And I was like, they're like, well, what's next steps? I was like, well, if you're serious, we know the price range. I was like, go get plans made. And then when the plans are made, I'll give you a bid based off the plans, like an actual bid. They're like, sounds good. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't hear from them for 6 months. And then I get an email with the plans. And they're like, give us a quote. And I was like, what? All right.
6 months later.
Yeah. I was like,
wow.
Okay. I'll do that. So.
Do they want it in the springtime?
In the spring.
Nice. Okay. That's okay.
It's awesome.
A lot of people putting additions on.
A lot of folks. Well, let's say this. A lot of folks entertaining the idea of additions.
Which I get it. Because I just saw a lady post today about how I must have been on the mom's page or something. And they bought their house with the 3.5% interest rate. And there's like, we ain't moving. They're like, so we're looking at additions.
Don't blame them.
No, not at all.
Don't blame them at all. Don't blame them at all. You want to move to Altoona?
Not really.
House for sale over there.
Okay.
Looks nice.
On land? No.
Zero land.
Then nope.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I mean, you got to think if you have $250,000 mortgage at 3.5%, and then you put in an addition on for $100,000, then only that $100,000 has the
high interest rate. Right.
It's way better than
oh my gosh,
$350,000 house.
Right. Well, and typically, if you got a house with that interest rate and that mortgage amount, that house is probably worth like $350,000, and the addition you're probably going to do is around $150,000 realistic. And so, otherwise, you got to like start looking at like $450,000 houses. Yeah, it's
Dude, I was thinking about last night. I just like to think I did this with Robin Road too, and it always drove Shaun crazy about like how we could make something work. Like, not that I want to, but like how we could.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, if we wanted to stay here, we would have to put an addition on. Have to.
Yeah. No shit.
And I was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh man, it'd be really cool. Like, we can expand off of like this side of the house. And I was like, we could open up the kitchen more. And I was like, oh, but then the bathroom is just in the middle of everything. Like, but I was like, you could make the kitchen pretty big though. And then like have a, like maybe open up the doorway into the dining room. Maybe make the dining room the living room instead. And then close off like the living room to be a bedroom. But then I thought about it. Guess where all of our utilities are? You cannot expand. That's why they built the bathroom in such a weird way. Because the gas line's on one side and the electric and whatever's on the other side. So they literally put a little bathroom addition on right there because it was in the middle of both utilities.
You just get them moved.
Is that expensive? No, I would have thought it would be expensive. Okay, well, never mind then. But I bet you that is why they probably did that. Because it is such a weird little outcropping.
Probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't love any of that shit going on. I would not stay here.
Yeah, I know.
Yep, not worth it. Because I would like a little more country-esque.
Yeah.
Get me just a little more country. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
Yeah. I know. I just like to use my creative mind, though, and imagine things.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Okay, what else you got going?
I don't know. Just been doing a lot of work, cleaning. We've been going on lots of dubs lately, and it's kind of been nice.
Been doing dubs. Mm-hmm. Dubs are nice. Dubs are real nice.
Lily's 7 months old, going through sleep regression right now, being a little bee. Past 2 nights, I think she was waking me up at least 3 times a night. So that's been fun. Not really. The other milestone I guess they make at 7 months is some kids transition from 3 naps a day to 2 naps a day. And I was like, yup, that's a thing. Because, like, this week especially, it started off this week where she wouldn't nap in the morning.
Right, you are.
So, like, she didn't, like, so usually she would get up at, like, anywhere between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. and I'd feed her and she'd fall back to sleep until, like, 9 or 10. It was beautiful. And then she would nap again at like 12:31. Well, Monday, Tuesday, she like would not go back down for a nap. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is annoying. Like, I need you to sleep in the morning because I want to work and do stuff. And right. She just wouldn't. So then I like would go to the office early and then she would nap at like 11 instead.
Right.
And then I noticed today she slept in. I wouldn't have called it a nap. I would say she slept in because she didn't sleep. She kept waking up last night. But then, yeah, she only took 2 naps. And I was like, damn.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Dude, babies are wild. They just progress so fast.
They do progress fast.
Mm-hmm.
They do indeed.
Mm-hmm. What else you got?
I don't fucking know.
You have nothing?
My brain's mashed taters.
Why?
Don't really know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was another school shooting?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
It's kind of shitty.
Mm. Yeah, it was in the Twin Cities. I'm sure everyone's heard about this.
Yep.
Another transgender shooter.
The media and shit's trying to scrub the internet of their manifesto and shit like that. Have you seen that stuff?
No.
Yes, they had a manifesto. with a bunch of, I guess some of it like released upon them shooting, but a lot of it was like preempt or like ahead of time saying like, sorry to everyone, soon I like won't be around, and I'm sorry to all the people that I'm gonna hurt, like all the family and friends I'm gonna hurt by doing this and stuff like that.
Why does that make it sound like he was like forced to do this?
I don't know. Interesting. I'm not sure.
Right?
Well, no, I guess there's a lot of his posts and stuff were, him. A lot of the posts and shit were about how he was depressed and whatever.
Yeah. Because transgenderism is a mental
illness. Yeah, so transitioned from Robert, I think, to Robin, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, it's pretty shitty. Killed 2 kids, injured 14, and then injured 3 adults.
Yeah.
Before taking its life. Shitty, dude. Shitty.
Ooh, dude, and also, did you see the hiker? There's a hiker in Mount Rue. I don't remember where it is. I think it's a Russian hiker. She made it to the top, and on her way back down, broke her leg. Yep. Rescue or radioed in for rescue. A couple mountaineers went up there. One made it to her, but ended up dying trying to rescue her. And then they tried to get a helicopter up there, but the weather was bad. They couldn't reach her. She's like 24,000 feet up.
By herself?
Yeah. Like a 43-year-old woman. Yeah.
And someone died trying to get to her?
Mm-hmm. And then I think they just yesterday presume she's dead now, sadly. She's been up there for 2 weeks with a broken leg.
Yeah, there's like 0 chance she's alive.
Yeah. Well, the skies were finally clear, so they were able to send a drone up to thermal scan the area, and they couldn't find anything. Yep.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm just like, I mean, the weather was so bad. Like, it was so windy and snowing that she had to just, I guess, hunker down in her tent that she had. The rescuer that did make it to her brought a tent and, like, some supplies. So that was, like, able to keep her through.
Wait, so 2 rescuers went up?
There was a lot of rescuers. I believe one made it to her.
And then he died too, or what?
Yeah, and then he passed.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I don't know. But people were like commenting on it, and they were just like, like sometimes Mother Nature should be just left Mother Nature. And I was like, dude, that's so true. Like, I get you want the adrenaline of like climbing a mountain and like whatever. But also,
here's the issue. You go up there and you do that. And, I don't know. It's hard to say. I get the rescue part, and I guess I get that people want to go rescue her. But then on the other hand, like, dude, now 3 lives were lost because one person wanted to go hiking.
I don't know if another rescuer died. For sure one did. So 2.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There was quite a few people trying to rescue her.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, most of them like couldn't even like make it halfway because the weather just turned so bad so quick.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Damn.
But still, I mean, that was one life that
didn't need to die.
Right. We even have a friend that happened to recently.
That is true. Out trying to rescue someone and died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty shitty indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some things that I'm just like, not my cup of tea, but I mean, I guess people are mountaineers, so
people are mountaineers. There's different people are mountaineers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely interesting. I'm going golfing this weekend.
Yeah, you have your boys trip this weekend?
Boys trip.
Dude, we got a
the
rough
next
couple
fucking
weeks.
3 weeks. The next 3 weeks are gonna.
2.
The next 2 weeks are gonna suck.
Well, I guess so. This week is a 4-day week for us. Basically, everyone's taking off tomorrow. We got Brooke sending Kaylee off to college. The guys just kind of want to have a 4-day weekend, and then Shaun and Kyle are going golfing.
Golfing.
And then next week we have Labor Day, so Monday we all have off. Sean and I are going golfing on Thursday with a friend of mine that's in town. And then, is there something else next week?
Your brother's wedding.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a secret. We're not supposed to talk about that.
Okay. Moving on from that.
And then we're going up to Ashland for the weekend. So we're leaving on Friday for that. And then the following week we have the Hayward retreat for Whiskeria.
Yep.
So that we're going to be gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then we got to come back for the Altar Open Golf Tournament on Saturday.
Damn.
And then we're halfway done with September.
Halfway done with September. And then do we have some respite?
Yeah. Then we have respite until we have 2 weeks, I think, of respite. And then the first weekend of October, we got Bridget and Dakota's wedding and Apple Fest, if we want to go to that.
And then wedding.
And then we have a weekend off. And then we have Mitch's wedding. Mitch and Ashley's wedding.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And then I think we're home free for... Nope. Then we got a week off. And then we got Cheyenne's wedding.
Is that in town? In the cities?
No, that's in the cities.
And then we're done?
Then we're done.
And I can just go hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, dude, September's usually a really busy month for us anyways. But usually it's like filled with weddings. We don't have a single September wedding this year. But I'm going to count 3 in October. One's November 1st, but it's right there.
Dude, I am tempted to just stop doing stuff, man.
You got to stop making friends.
You got to stop making friends.
Dude, this is like the first time in a while that my friends are half the weddings.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oof. Definitely got to wrap some of these things up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. And then we got one house listed today. We got one house listing next week. We got another house we're going to try and finish up by September 19th.
Mm-hmm.
We have another house we're going to try and finish up by October 1st. We just got a lot. We got a lot going on. A lot of bing bang booms. Gotta go.
Yeah, there's some work that needs to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And shit.
Yeah, so it'll be good. Sean's leaving me for the weekend, so this will be my first time, just baby and I, for 2 whole days. So it'll be weird.
Yeah, how are you feeling about that?
I have a feeling you're gonna get here on Sunday, and I'm gonna be like, take this thing. I'm gonna leave.
Really?
Possibly. I don't actually think it's gonna be that bad. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna go see my sister, hang out with her for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, me, my mom, my other sister, and her wife are all gonna hang out with baby as well. So that'll be nice just to have like other people around to hang out with and help me with baby for 6 hours or so.
Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna be as bad as you're thinking.
No, I didn't say it was gonna be bad.
Okay.
But I still could see like come Sunday afternoon, I'll be like, here you go, take your child.
But then I'll be like, babe, I just want to hang out with you.
No, you're gonna want to hang out with the baby.
I'll probably want to hang out with you.
Fine.
That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah. See, that's what I got. What I got. I'm trying to wrap up some books that I'm reading. It's not going well. Mainly because baby kept me up at night, so I just want to fall asleep. So I read.
The more I exist, the more I think of this. Sometimes it's worth thinking about your time over the expense.
Yes. That is a good lesson you learned this week.
Jesus. So I wanted to quit eating out so much, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we didn't talk about our challenge. Anyways.
So I wanted to stop eating out so much. And I was like, I left to to get some guys rolling on a job. Well, I get there to find out that not all the materials were delivered. So I was like, well, fuck. I plan to go home and eat right now after I got these guys going. But I got to go grab materials. So I went and grabbed materials. And on the way back, I get a call. I got to meet an inspector. I'm like, well, that wasn't supposed to be till 9:30, so now I can't go home and get food. So I go meet the inspector. And then I get another call, and I got to go to another job site. So I'm like, well, wasn't expecting to do that, so I'm definitely not making it home. Whatever, right? And I was like, okay, well, I need to get a trailer, and I need to get some plans. I was like, but I'll just go to the office because Sam's up there and I can eat, and then I'll go back and get that shit. Well, so then I do that. And so I drove essentially 20 minutes, 20 minutes longer so I could go eat. And then I warm up my food, sit down and eat. And then I go to get the trailer, and neighbor's there. So then I end up chatting with him for like 20, 30 minutes. I'm like, holy man, get the trailer, get the plans. This whole ordeal. So for me to avoid just buying a fucking breakfast burrito, what should have been a 30-minute ordeal took an hour and a half to avoid buying a breakfast burrito. And I was just like, that breakfast burrito
was cheaper than your hour and a half time.
By multiples.
You could have bought multiple breakfast burritos to break even.
All the breakfast burritos.
Yep.
And so I'm like, God damn it. So I was like, okay, well, that's good. So anyways, we got a project going that we're trying to keep below budget for some friends of ours. And I've been told a lot about a place that wholesales products. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go use this place because I was like, I'm going to try to keep your materials down. So I'll spend 2 hours of my time to keep your materials down, you know? So head out there, get out there. I'm looking around. And I'm like, I'm not liking anything I'm seeing. I see like 2 options that are okay. And I look at the price and I'm like, well, what are they normally? So they're $200 there. They're normally like $240. And I was like, I did not just drive to waste his time. And I was like, these aren't even the size I want. So I look up the size I want, and it's $285. So I'm like, I just need 2 of them. So I was like, $170. I was like, this was not worth it. And then I was like, well, I need a patio door, and I need a storm door, and I need so I need patio door and storm door. So I'm walking around looking. Their storm doors are the same the same price if I just went and bought a storm door, and they had like 2 options. Patio doors didn't come with brick mold or nailing flanges, and they were more expensive, or they're more expensive than the one I would have bought, right? And so I'm looking at all this, and I'm like, no. I'm like, so then Brooke talks to one of the workers there, and he's like, shh, don't tell anyone. We're only 10% below Menards. Or like, we only mark down 10% on our returns. And the guy's like, yeah, like, you gamble. So he's like, you know, the prices start at like $650. If you pull something out and you take, like, if you take it, whatever, and it's broken, it's on you. There's not returns. You can't return shit if it's broken. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I was like, nope, wrap it up. We're out. So wasted 2 hours of mine and Brooke's time to go do this. And I'm just like, dude. So then I priced out some shit at Menards for another customer and wasted some time pricing some stuff out for someone for them to just be like, no. And I was like, dude, the amount of time it spends me to quote all this shit, granted, by me spending the time, it speeds up my quote process, you know?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it does take, like, I've got I've got a sales rep that I started using again. I started using a new sales rep, and he's been quoting for me, and he takes a little longer than I'd like him to. A lot less time than the ones I had in the past, but he still takes a little longer than I want him to. But on the other hand, it's almost like, man, all I do is send him an email with the info, and that's it.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I'm like, that could be worth, and just pass it on to the customer and just be like, I don't know. The only issue is sometimes we'll lose bids though, because that material sometimes comes in at like 30% to 40% higher.
Yeah.
But to save the time and not have to worry and all this bullshit, I'm like, damn.
That's nice.
Sometimes it's worth just taking the time, the route with the least amount of time.
Yeah.
But quoting additions sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got to get all this information. Then I got to shoot it over to sales rep. The sales rep has to spend all this time quoting it to maybe get the job. Mm-hmm. And it really sucks because I went through with some folks and I'm like, just so you know, I'm like, you want this type of deck. I was like, that front deck's going to be anywhere from 15 to 25. You want a 3 seasons room and a back deck. I was like, go ahead and plan 50 to 80. So I'm like, just be prepared. You're, all in anywhere from like 65 to 105, right? Like, just, are you cool with that? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, yep. Okay, cool. Cause like, now we're going to start quoting this thing, And if I don't win the bid, I don't win the bid. Like, I get that. But I'm like, you're cool. And they're like, we're cool. Get a fucking call from them. Well, we're just wondering if it's worth spending that type of money. We're not sure if we want to and all this. And what about this option? And I'm like, yeah, it might be like a $10,000 less option. Like, what are we fucking talking about here?
Like, that's a completely different bid. Like, you should have told me this.
Yeah, and she's like, well, you told me you could give me that bid. I was like, I don't remember. I was like, honestly, I'm sorry if I did, but I don't ever remember having that conversation. And I was like, I can come up with quick, rough numbers, but I can't give you an exact estimate on that because that wasn't what the fuck I was giving you a quote. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, dude, like,
I remember one customer in the past was like getting mad with us because they originally wanted carpet. And so we measured for carpet. And then they're like, well, what would it be if it was LVP instead? And you're just like, I didn't measure for that.
Right.
So we had to go in, remeasure. And they were mad that we had to go in again. And then they didn't even like do any of the work.
No.
We're like, this was such a waste of time.
Yeah, I remember that job. That job sucked ass.
I'm happy we didn't actually have to do it because we
ended up doing that whole main level. We just didn't do the basement. Remember that?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we ended up changing that bid. That bid got changed like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, once we factored that in, we didn't make money.
No.
What a nightmare. Sometimes customer jobs are questionable, but then other times, they're great. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, man, I'm so happy we do this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we got to get going.
I think so too. I think that's all I had. It's just like, man, sometimes you really gotta ask yourself, like, fuck, is it worth the time? Is it worth the time? Do I just spend the money and not waste the time?
And real quick on that. Like Lyman or Arrow, so the company we get plans through, if we don't do, actually no, I think even if we do the project, they charge us for the plans.
They do, yep.
Which that's smart because
they have to.
That's their time that they need to make up for.
Yeah, I think there's such a thing as like a free rough price. And then maybe like a free estimate. But once you start coordinating stuff, you have to start getting paid for it. So I'm going to have to start.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start doing that because, yeah, dude, it's like some of the time I'm spending to do things. And
we're going to have to start adding coordination fees to our bids.
All sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's just so much shit.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's life. That is life.
Maybe we'll have a good golf related lesson for you on Monday.
Interesting. Maybe.
Maybe. Shaun might learn something this weekend about himself.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
All right. I do think though that I should
Golf more and get better.
buy more flips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a couple fun ones coming up. Couple more lower grade ones though, which makes me sad. I do like the middle ones.
They're nicer.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot nicer.
So we got a couple lower ones coming up.
I got a lead on a middle one, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, we'll catch you on Monday.
Peace.
See you.